mix between rain and snow, it seems like. Sometimes just snowing, sometimes it's raining. But I guess the snow might not stay as long as last time, huh? Well, what did I read today? It's kind of interesting reading this headline. At first made me wonder, why did this come up? This one said, "No fly zone. Japan urging foreign nationals to be aware of drone rules." Japanese authorities are introducing a variety of measures to prevent the wrongful use of drones, which has been increasing due to many people being unfamiliar with regulations, especially tourists from abroad. Under the Civil Aeronautics Law, a drone of 200 grams or more cannot be operated in airspace around airports or residential areas without permission from the government. In addition, the law regulating the use of drones bans flights in airspace near designated important places, such as the Prime Minister's office, the Imperial Palace, and nuclear power plants. Foreign tourists and others unfamiliar with the laws continue to violate them. In 2019, 14 foreign nationals had their cases sent to prosecutors. As of November 20th, they allegedly operated the unmanned aircraft in violation of the Civil Aeronautics Law. The Metropolitan Police Department has put up posters at airports and train stations in English and Japanese, saying that drones may not be flown without permission almost anywhere in Tokyo in principle. The MPD has also produced a video with the same message and has asked travel agencies and hotels to notify tourists of the regulations. So they're really trying hard, I guess you can say, into trying to tell people, hey, you can't fly here and there. And the reason for it, it says, there are strong concerns about possible use of drones by terrorists. In Yemen, a drone exploded over an Air Force base in January 2019, resulting in deaths and injuries. So that's basically the common perception that people have with the drones, people using them as weapons, as opposed to, I would assume, the majority of the people here just want to capture something like a photo or video. This was an interesting tidbit though. It says, in Japan, a former Self-Defense Forces member illegally landed a drone on the roof of the Prime Minister's office in 2015. In May last year, when Emperor Naruhito ascended to the throne, a number of unidentified flying objects were observed in the airspace around the Imperial Palace. And they say because of that, they had to essentially set up anti-drone measures around various areas. Like it says, a 2015 drone incident prompted the MPD to set up Interceptor Drone Team, which is deployed at match venues during the 2019 Rugby World Cup and around the Imperial Place during a series of ceremonies to mark the Emperor's enthronement. So I guess that's at least good that they're warning people. At the same time, it makes you think, is that a valid reason, I guess, to have really strict regulations of drones in general? Because you're afraid someone, like here, could use it in a terrorist way? So because of that, everyone should be affected? Or should it be treated as most other things, where even though you can use it as a weapon, if people can use it in a valid way, like the majority, then you still basically have it be used, but have your precautions. Like, I would agree, don't fly near the airports and stuff like that. But I don't know, if it's far away, like really far away, you're just using it to capture, I'd say, why not in general? On the brighter side, it was interesting reading this one. It says, drone network provides early warnings for natural disasters. Drones might soon deliver a heads up when natural disasters are about to strike. Researchers have developed a communication system that uses a drone network to provide early warnings for disasters. The challenge wasn't so much the drone to communication as the battery life. Where a typical hobbyist drone rarely lasts more than half an hour in the air, a smarter resource allocation method helps the system last 3 to 5 times longer while covering a large area. The drones can also form a Wi-Fi hotspot that keeps people online when conventional infrastructure has fallen apart. These drone sentries should be relatively inexpensive, costing less than some professional drones. It's more resilient than some of the warning systems too. Where river monitoring stations frequently collapse in floods and other natural catastrophes, the drone can fly above the chaos as they have a charge. I guess there are places planning to use it already. It says Vietnam's Disaster Management Authority has picked the drone network to help monitor extreme weather and get in touch with emergency services. Whether or not other countries will follow suit is less than certain. The US Interior Department, for instance, recently grounded its Chinese-made drones over security fears. It may take a lot of persuasion before you see drones keep watching over American waters. It's that topic again, I suppose, about drones and the data and whether or not they send it back, like from places like, say, Chinese-made drones, do they send it back to the government? I guess with that, it'll basically come down to countries developing their own tech, I guess, like in the US, basically using 100% American-made stuff, I guess. And I guess on a random note, just by seeing all the animal stuff around here, it was kind of interesting reading this. This one says, animal rights group PETA says the word pet objectifies animals and we should stop using it. Instead, the group says dog owners should call themselves dog guardians, and pets should be referred to as companion animals. So apparently this was done in a talk show in the UK. It says, on Tuesday, Jennifer White of PETA went to the leading UK television show Good Morning Britain, and in a competitive segment, the hosts Piers Morgan and Susanna Ryde urged people to think of alternatives. One of the main problems with the word pet, she said, is that it's patronizing to animals. Saying here, quote, a lot of people at home who have dogs or cats will call these animals pets and refer to themselves as owners, and this implies that the animals are a possession, like a car for example, she said, as Morgan spoke over her, saying, oh, for God's sake. I did watch the video just to see if anything was taken out of context, because that is kind of extreme to say, okay, you can't call like an animal a pet now, like if an owner has a dog in the house. And from what I gather, the person seemed like they were suggesting that you shouldn't call them pets, because I guess the stigma, like you said, in the mind is you have this mindset that they are like a thing or an object. That's her argument anyways, from what I gather. It kind of makes me think of the topic where you use the word, like let's say there's a female dog, you use the word bitch. That's actually the word for a female dog, bitch. But then because people use it in such a derogatory way to other people, you automatically assume it's a swear word of sort. It kind of makes me think in that case, that's kind of like the argument here in some cases. Like, would you say anyways, okay, that's it, you should stop using that word now, like to call a female dog a bitch, even though that's the word for it? Although on a side note, that host was really aggressive. I don't know, usually if you invite people to your show like that, I think you should at least try to be more catering, I guess you could say, as opposed to like just, I guess, attacking them. I know everyone has different point of views and stuff, but again, if they're your guests, I think it's a little bit aggressive. Is that a bird? Wonder what happened. Maybe it's just the weather, like it's too cold or something? How unfortunate. I guess not every day is rose and peaches, huh? Like for nature in general. Alright, see you guys later.